Alright, what's up, guys? It's me, Face here, and today we are with
Zostrex.
Zostrex. Zostrex. So, how you doing today, Zostrex?
I mean, bro, how about yourself?
I'm good. So, let's get started.
Yep.
And let's ask the first question. So, the first question is, what made you want to start a Xenoverse series?
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna have to go with Zeruko Prime, the person that made Awakening, just because I saw his content and it wasn't out of looking at the Xenoverse 2 content. I was just scrolling through fan made series and I ran across him and I just thought, geez, I want to get involved in this stuff and doing it. I didn't post much at the beginning. I was just kind of doing my own thing um, privately, and then eventually I recorded stuff, posted, got rid of it, and restarted, and now I'm here.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So my second question is, when you making the opening, like, what do you think about, like, I don't know what to say, but I'm saying, like, when you make an opening, what do you want to think about, like, your first scene to be, like, for opening?
Well, I tell us people, a lot of people actually ask me about making openings, in terms of like the scenes and stuff. And the thing I always tell them is make sure you divide the opening to two things. You got the fight scenes, and you got like the bonding scenes, if that makes sense, where like the characters are just having fun or like they're just talking to each other. I always make sure to include them types of because it kind of explains the series in short context. But at the beginning, like if you check my first opening, it was so bad. It was I hate it like to this day. And then I made the second opening, and then I made sure to include a lot more, fight scenes and the scenes to do with that. But yeah, I definitely would include two different things, which is like the bonding scenes where the characters are just talking to each other, getting along, and then you've got the fight scenes.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think makes a good, like, what do you think makes a good soundtrack? Like,
Good soundtrack. Or in terms of like background music for like the series,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to say with like it has to do with what's going on um, in that part of the episode or whatever's happening, because like it just has to match each other. Like you can't, a crazy upbeat soundtrack if they're just having a conversation. So you got to be honestly, you just got to make sure it both matches because like I said, when I first started, it was not the best. It was garbage for being honest. But eventually you just get used to it. You get used to the um, you know, put stuff together. And I think what helps as well is watching anime, like actually watching it rather than just reviewing it to make your own series. I feel like watching it like a normal basis will help you improve that a lot, just because you kind of get a lot of inspiration from it, whether it's Dragon Ball or like any other anime.
hmm Okay. What's it like? So, so like for the third question, I think I done. I think it's the third question, ain't it? Ain't it? I don't know.
Yeah, third question.
Okay. Okay. So, like, what inspires you?
My inspiration.
Uh,
And
it's not that.
honestly, it was just watching Dragon Ball in general. I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was a kid, young kid. Uh, Growing up watching it, I started from OG Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, and eventually Super when it got released. Honestly, like I just started watching that, and then eventually I just thought, like, why not give it a go to my own? Didn't really care about the voice actors, just kind of wanted to have some cool fight scenes where people are going Super Saiyan and Dragon Balls and Shenron and all this crazy stuff. I didn't really care about the production. I just wanted to get
Mm-hmm.
some stuff out in terms of Dragon Ball content. Until eventually, I started gathering, more people around me in terms of voice actors, people that help me do fight scenes, all that type of stuff. Until I got to here, and now I'm starting the season 2. So yeah.
Okay. So for the fourth, I think it's the fifth or the
Fourth.
fourth. Fourth. Okay. So how does it feel like writing an episode?
Oh, that's a good question. To be fair, first of all, I have to say it's the most challenging thing ever, especially when you're writing it, because you'll stick to one thing and then you start making it, you start like recording it, and it just doesn't look the way you want it to look, and then you just spend hours trying to think of new ideas, or you think, okay, this person has released this, and it just doesn't reach their standards, or does it even like hit the boundary of it, or does it even go over it? So you just think, first thing I think is when I'm writing something, and I automatically expect, rearrangements or changes, because I just know like when I'm recording it, it'll be a lot different, just because obviously it's Xenoverse 2. It's not, you're not drawing it. So even though there's mods that I include, it's a very limited process, just because it's a game at the end of the day. So yeah, I just think it's so challenging. But when I get the job done, I'm usually proud of my work when I finished writing it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay. Uh. So
fifth
for
question.
yeah, fifth. Yeah, I know. I know. I was just gonna say it. Okay. What you do with other series? Well, basically, okay. So basically, I'm trying to say is like, what you do like, what you do like other stuff, like your on your channel
Yeah,
instead of
outside of my
doing
series.
yeah.
Yeah, so I plan to do other stuff. It's just it probably won't be on that channel, just because I feel like the audience I've gained just want to see that, and I'm not going to change it up just because I want to post stuff. I'm going to build up another channel. Um, so in terms of making the content, I'm definitely going to start doing that at some point. I just want to kind of focus on the series, just because there's a lot I want to get through. So what I want to do, there's a lot of achievements I want to make during the series and during the process of it. So I'm probably gonna, start making other content on different channels, whether it's Xenoverse 2 content, but it won't be, the series, whatever. It might even be Minecraft, whether it's, stuff like that. It honestly depends on what I'm feeling like at the time. It's probably gonna focus on gaming stuff still though.
Okay. So for the sixth question, do you think side characters are just as important as the main character?
Oh, 100%, definitely. Just because um, I feel like your main character kind of um, grows a lot more around the side characters. It grows more of a personality, especially in our case, just because I feel like when I'm writing Xenoverse 2, um, a script for my series, I can kind of see the difference between, whether it's the first episode and then the next episode, or even like 10 episodes later, you can kind of see the difference between how your character acts, and it might even be an accident. You just notice the difference between the character's attitude. But I definitely would say the side characters are just as important, just because they have their own growth, they have their own time to shine, whatever. I would make sure each character has their own moment.
Okay. So for the seventh question,
Hmm.
how is it like? How is it like? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is it hard kind of finding a opening song to fit the opening?
Yes, just because in terms of Dragon Ball, it has to be a hype opening. The opening that I chose recently took me ages. I was originally gonna do the second opening of My Hero, until one of my voice actors actually told me that this is a Dragon Ball series. My Hero has some good openings, but it just doesn't hit the nail on the head in terms of um like hype, and just that, like, the sense of persona in terms of the song choice. So I definitely can say the opening choice is hard, just because like I said, the opening really describes and gives you a summary of the series like as a whole. So I definitely would say the opening is just as important. I mean, it took me 2 3 months just to finally get it down, before I was changing stuff, sending people short clips of it to see what they think of it. I was just I was messing about with it until eventually I came out with the final product. Yeah. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. For the eighth question. So I actually like doing fight scenes. Like, okay. So like, do you like go back to watch another series? Like anime, like Dragon
Yeah,
Ball Z,
yeah,
Naruto, stuff like that.
yeah.
And you're trying to find some mods or something for
Mm.
you. It's a fight scene. Like, it's like hard for that.
It's definitely it is hard just because in this community I can definitely say the levels of like production is growing so much just because people are getting a lot more people around them to help them create other stuff, and then you've got mods being upgraded, mods being updated, stuff like that. So yeah, I can definitely say it's hard. So I do go back and watch whether it's Dragon Ball or even watching other content creators that make this stuff. I definitely go and watch their stuff just to try and gain a little bit of inspiration, or um, even like get someone to help me out with it, someone that I know can do the job. But yeah, I definitely would say I go back and look at guys, pretty much everything to do with my series, especially fight scenes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So for I think this the 10th question.
It's ninth actually. I think I forgot, man.
Oh, well, it don't matter. Okay,
It
so
don't matter.
okay, so uh, how did you feel when the Xeno Awards got announced?
Oh, when the Xeno was on, I was hype as hell. If you noticed, I was messaging you a lot more than just because I was so eager to see the results of that. I mean, it's such a cool thing. Like there's two different things I wanted to come out, in terms of like Xenoverse 2 like opinions on the series on people's series. I wanted to see people top 10 um opinion, like top 10 series. That's I want to see everyone's. I don't know why. I don't even care if mine is in. I just want to see everyone's opinions on every single person's Universe Two series. So when the awards got announced, the first thing I thought was, I hope this is a yearly thing, just because it's such like an incredible thing to see someone actually going out the way to look at other series and look at other content creators produce their own series, which because you have to respect for everyone that posts their own series just because it takes a lot of time, whether it's using mods or not. Like it just takes a lot of time to get the final product. Definitely do agree that I, like most people, was probably excited to see the awards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, so for my last question,
Hmm.
do you think like your series will like blow up and become like mainstream like one day, and like
That's the dream, to be
mhm,
honest. That's the dream, to see my series blow up, and get to a point where people are noticing it, like if hundreds of thousands. I can't agree with saying, "Oh, I want it to be on Netflix or any of those type of stuff," just because I want to be realistic. But at the end of the day, I know these type of stuff is possible. Like it's highly possible. I mean, there's two major content creators in this space that I know could definitely do it. Um, and they're already getting like 10K views, and they've not even on the second season yet. So yeah, I can definitely say this is something I want to do. Like I want to pursue, and I won't say make a living, but I want it to be something that's like big. That's a big part in my life where I'm making my own series or joining others, or even just voice acting in them. Because anime is something that I've grown up on. Like it's just something I can't get away from. To be honest, it's just something I just thought I'd do eventually, hopefully. Um, get big over it one day.
okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
thank you for coming.
no,
Uh,
that's my
uh
pleasure. My pleasure.
if we know coming to help me with the podcast and the questions and stuff. So thank you.
Yeah,
I really do
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. No worries, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. I got one more question.
Go on.
When are you trying to get season 2 out? Like,
Uh, can't say too much, but I will say it will be October time. Maybe even like late September. But
mhm,
people, I saw a few people complain that the opening came out a bit unannounced and a bit unorganized, just because you'd expect the official episodes to come out a few days, even maybe a few weeks after the opening. But I just started releasing just because I wanted people to get a little glimpse of it. But I can't say too much, but I can say it will be around October time, probably even September. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No worries,
Yeah.
man.
And we got some more upcoming news for everybody. Cause I'm probably gonna announce some other stuff I'll be doing on this channel. But thank you, Zostrex. I don't know how to say your name, but I'm sorry. But
Nah, it's
Zostrex.
so good. It's Zostrex, bro. Everyone gets it wrong. It's just Zostrex.
Well, thank you. I hope y'all do know I am voicing somebody for it's serious. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe he's gonna kill it.
Y'all. It's because I don't want to say too much, but y'all gonna find out and see. But I'm out, guys. Peace. Oh my god. Hold on.